What's in a name? There's letters, there's identity. We'll touch on the identity here in just a minute. I bet most of you are asking who this guy is. Usually you just see my hands and the dirt plugs along with whomever I'm hunting with. I've been thinking about this name change for quite some time now. I just got back recently from DIV 40 in Virginia. On the road trip out there, the subject came up about a name change. The guys I was traveling with are names you would recognize in the YouTube community. That would be Missouri Mike, Plugmaster Ford, just to name a few. It's a great road trip, learned a lot. My original name, Agile Dog, came from my past years of training, teaching, and showing agility dogs. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Here's just a few pictures of my little buddies. Again, I enjoyed that for many years. Agile Dog was the name I had on my license plate for just as many, and people knew me as such. Well, my dogs and I started getting a little older, and I was feeling it was time we needed to retire the dogs and the agility shoes, and I had an empty gap. I needed to fill it. I just couldn't figure out what else I needed to do. I had to do something. I play a lot of golf, and it wasn't too long after that, JP said to me,
"Hey, Nellie, let's go get us a couple of them metal detectors and go hit that old schoolhouse by deer camp."
The very next week I went out and bought a metal detector. JP rented one before he bought one, and we hit that old schoolhouse. We had a good time, very good time, and we were both hooked on that afterwards. I wanted the new channel to reference more of what I do in this hobby, and that of course is digging in the dirt, not running agility dogs. Well, after several nahs and from the guys on the road trip, I came up with a new name, Show Me Dirt, and I got a pretty good response. The reason being is I'm basically a 40-plus year semi-native of Missouri. The Missouri motto here is Show Me State, so I combined the both of them. So that's what I'm going to go with. Nothing has changed but the name. So thanks for letting me take up a little bit of your viewing time. The rest will be history. Stay tuned. Next plug coming up. Just got here. Dug my first plug right here. Turns out I've got a bit. I know the property's got some age to it, so we're kind of hoping it gets a little bit better than this. No pun intended. Next plug coming up. Picking up at a different permission, that house that I was at just a little while ago turned out to be really trashy, and I just got tired of digging cans and pull tabs, so I went back out here to my favorite Civil War spot. I thought I would try to hit this as soon as I could, because this grass out here in the pasture is not going to be this short for very long. And so I went ahead and put the big coil on using the AT Max. Working in an area I never have worked before. To behind me right back here I did find a part of a buckle, a sash buckle, part of that, and also a bayonet scabbard tip. So I thought I would work on the other side of this little indention over here that I think is possibly a old tree. Maybe it might have been there at one time. Probably about 30 feet away from it. But I got a good signal here, and I thought, boy, this is probably the best signal I've had all day. Dug a couple of leave it rights, and they're out and about. I left them right there, but I've got a really good signal right here. And I'm trying to think, and I'm hoping this is not a rock, but I think I've got a fired Civil War bullet. And I am correct. Round ball, I would think. Looks round ballish. There's possibly some rings right. Nope. Look at this.
I want to see it and can't show you, but it looks got a ring right there, and looks like it might have another ring right up here. But that's a good target, and I'm going to go slow through here. Happy to be back. I've dug a lot of holes since that last target. You know, I can't even remember what it is. I've dug a lot of holes. The owner showed up, started mowing his yard, and I thought I would work up here around the house a little bit. Looks like also this was also part of a camp, and I think I've dug part of my first sword scabbard part. It certainly's got all that right look to it. Got the right patina too. I'll have to clean that up and get back to you. It's certainly copper, and it's thin enough to be the part of that scabbard. I don't know. We can only hope. Dug what I thought was part of a scabbard part, and I still got to do the research on that. I'll have some other better pictures coming up here in just a second. Started working around the hole a little bit, really slow, see if there might be any more parts of it, and got a really good hit, almost similar to what the scabbard part was. Over here, dug down maybe 5 inches, and I just popped out a really nice lock. Oh, and it says U.S. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I want it to say U.S. It says something S. St. Louis. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. St. Louis. What does it say on this side? Same thing. Looks like it might say the same thing on this side. I can't get it to dry off. There's a big S right here, though. That could be a U.S. Hey, I like that. I haven't dug a lock in a long time. Getting better. Next plug coming up.
Yep, that's what that was.
Bottle cap.
Doggone it.
Darn it. Well, the other one might not be.
Might not be. Because it was a little deeper, wasn't it?
Yep. New channel, new day. New digging partner today. This is Bob. We haven't come up with a YouTube name for him yet. You have a biker name?
Nope. Not yet. I need one though.
Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
It's out.
It's out now.
Come on, quarter. Come on, quarter. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There it is. You dropped it. It's a coin.
You see it?
That's a coin.
Right there.
There.
Nope.
Oh, it's a washer.
A washer.
Tent grommet.
Doggone it.
Gotta
Well,
get them all.
Somebody lost it.
Next coming in is 81, 82 on the AT Max. He's got his. I've got mine. I don't know why every time I decide to film something, it's windy. I already see it. You see it, folks? I see it. Get right there.
That?
No, that ain't it.
You see? You still see it?
I see it. Yeah.
See, my eyes are bad.
Giving you a hard time.
You are.
Right there.
Wow, why am I?
Looks like an old penny. Could be copper. Could be a weedy. Come on, second weedy.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh.
But at least it's a copper penny. We got that going for us.
That's right.
Not zinc.
Can't tell what year it is.
Yeah, I guess a dime would probably come in closer to 85. 81, 82 is usually a copper penny. All right. Next plug coming up. Still breezy, as usual. Just par for the course for me. Bob just dug that copper penny right there. I walked around here to the front. He's already wandered off to get his glasses. So I thought I'd take advantage of this moment. I got me a coin. Looks like maybe it's just a zinc penny, but right here off the end of the steps. Yep, zinc. On the board! Here's a picture of the house we're hitting today. I believe it was built in the 1920s. Bob just came around the corner and said that we have permission now to dig this house over here. Also built around the 1920s. Also a stone house in the front with several additions on the back. And the house next door. We're going to be digging that house. I've been working the front sidewalk, if you will. That's not really much of a sidewalk left here. It's just dirt. Signals all over the place as far as zinc pennies and regular copper pennies. I'll probably dig some of those eventually. I've just really been trying to stick to the high tones, the real high tones, and I got a really good high tone here just a second ago. Bob doesn't know I've dug this yet, but I'm going to show him here in a second. But I believe I've got me a silver ring. That's what it looks like. See that there or not? It really wasn't very deep at all. It's certainly looking like a ring. Every bit of a ring. Oh yeah. Oh, even better. And it's got some fancy on the front of it. Alright, trying to keep it somewhat incognito. I will leave that there, and actually I'll take it around there and show him. But I'll check this and get it cleaned up when I get around there. It's got the weight to it like silver. I'm going to say it is until proven otherwise. Looks like it might even have a few small diamonds in it. It's got a little bit of fancy on it. Cool. I like it. We've moved to the backyard of the first house. Bob is over there digging nails and what have you. Still early. What a beautiful spring day. Tomorrow actually is supposed to be snowy and icy by the afternoon. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Working off the back steps here. Lots of iron, lots of trash, lots of penny signals. I'm actually walking away from those. I'm digging the curiosity signals that seem to be more coppery, higher numbers above 81. Big coil, AT max, coins mode. Sensitivity is down 2 notches. I've got my threshold actually set on -2. I don't know what advantage that has, but it seems to work for me. I can pick the targets out a little easier with it. I don't know what I've got here other than what it says. I believe it says copy, but it looks like a coin. I thought it was a silver coin at first. Looks like it might be the back of a mark, but it does say copy on it. I'm thinking it's aluminum. Maybe a game piece. And it says copy on the front of a Rosie. It's a copy of a Rosie, Bob.
Good deal.
I think it's play money though. 1991.
Oh.
But it looks silver.
Hey, look.
That's a first for me. Back around front again. Left Bob in the back. I think we'll probably move over to either that house or the one behind us here in just a minute. Came back up here around this tree. Now I've hunted around this tree before, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and found some good little goodies. Old car, old Tootsie car, and I'm getting all kinds of penny signals in here. Lots of penny signals, and it's just one of those points where you just hate to dig pennies that much. I had a really nice brassy signal here. And that's what I got. Got me a key. Not that old, but a key just the same, and it is brass. Beats digging penny. The finds just keep coming out of the yard. This is probably the smallest car I have ever dug. I do not know what kind it is. Never dug one like it. Don't know if it's a Tootsie. Doesn't have the wheels of like a Tootsie. Don't know what kind it is either. Pretty small though. I like it. We'll get it cleaned up on the blue towel tonight. You'll see it a little bit later. We've moved over to the house next door. Bob over there is digging something. Sounds good from here, at least with the pinpointer. A lot of clad change between the last hole and now. That little car. This is the first Wheatie found today, 1954. Got to be some more stuff in here. Somewhat transparent here. I had to run up to the grocery store to do some business and came back. Bob was digging a hole just on the other side of this right here, and it was a really good signal. 85, 87, 85, 87. He dug down and got him a really nice silver ring. I'll show you a picture of that when it's all cleaned up. And the only reason we're trying to be transparent here is because the neighbors next door and their small kids, they are pretty nosy, and we just want to kind of make it our own thing here. He dug a ring. I told him, you ought to stick around this old stump right here, and he went ahead and hit it. And after he hit it, I asked him, honestly, if I could come over here and hit it after, and he said sure. So I came over, my very first target, 84, 84, 84. I'll zoom in here on that a little bit. I think I got me a silver ring. Another one, actually. I hope that's what that is. Yeah, that's got some fancy enough on it that I'm thinking that's a silver ring. I'll get it cleaned up. Maybe not silver, it might be copper, but it's got some fancy doodads on the edge of it. And, next plug coming up. Thought I was having camera trouble. Moved over to the other yard next door. Just dug a 1950 wheat penny here. Went back over the hole again, and I've dug my first Zachary Taylor dollar. We've cleaned it up as much as we could, and they don't come with a date apparently. Just the dates and when Zachary Taylor was president. My first dollar. It's in the plug. 84, 85, 84, 85. We're hoping it's not aluminum siding. While he was digging that over there, I just dug me another wheat penny. 1950 again. This one's a D mark. That might be 58, but I'm thinking 50. Kind of a sunny day, but there it is. We're thinking there's still quite a few goodies here.
Quarter.
What? Quarter? Clad quarter?
Yep.
It'd be silver like that fancy ring if it was silver.
Nope.
We still got to get a picture of that.
80 something.
All right, next plug. Won't be long, we'll be calling it a day. Shadows are getting pretty long. I think I just dug me a drawer pull. Feels brass on the top. It's got a place for like maybe where the board went through. A little nut here on the back, but kind of fancy. Looks brass. Bob's over there on a target. Last hole of the day. Is it going to be relic or is it going to be rubbish? 85, 85. Oh no, no, it's a car again.
It's another car.
Is that another? It's like your third or fourth car this time today. That one's been driven off a cliff.
He's been driven.
Been driven off a cliff.
He was headed to the salvage yard and didn't make it.
If you don't mind, while we're here, let's look at that ring. If you got it on you. You got it on you? We'll make this the wrap up. Look at all them ants. Yeah, that'd be a good black backdrop. Look at that, folks. It says sterling on the inside. That looks like diamonds around the back, around the sides. Ain't that pretty? First sterling ring.
Yes, sir.
Few ants. Gotta like that.
Maybe diamonds.
Maybe. I'm betting it is.
Alright, here it is, the blue towel wrap-up from the hunt with Bob and my solo hunt I took a couple of days earlier. Let's start with my solo hunt. Here's that fired 3-ringer. It does have some indentions of some old rings on it, so I'm saying that's going to be a fired 3-ringer. Here's that St. Louis lock. I really like that a lot. This I thought might be part of a scabbard. You know, and it still may be. I'm just not sure. Where I wasn't too far from behind the house. There were no electrical lines in the area, but I'm thinking maybe that could be a wire goes in one side and one comes in the other side. A connector of sorts. Still a little research to be done on that. Great afternoon hunt with Bob. I got tired of digging pennies. This is the only clad penny, or zinc penny, I hung on to. Probably had 20 total. The others were so eat up, I just immediately just throw those in the trash. There's no use for them. The bank won't take them. They don't clean up well in a tumbler. So I hung on to that zinc penny because it's in better shape than the others. I have 15 copper pennies, 4 dimes, 4 quarters, 3 wheats, 2 50s, and a 54. My first dollar coin, Zachary Taylor. Actually, the date I found out is on the rim. Says E pluribus unum on here. It's got stars all the way around the edge of it, and then there is a date of 2009. So you learn something every time you go out. Here is my Tootsie Firebird, mini Tootsie, in great shape. Maybe a little body work needed. My small brass ring. It does have some doodads on the edges. Really in pretty good shape for what it is. Dug one similar to that out in Virginia about 2 weeks ago, and my first silver ring I haven't dug. First one I've dug with diamonds, actually. I've dug many silver rings, but this is the first one with diamonds. It's missing 2 of the diamonds, right here and here, but there is still a diamond left in it right there. That's it, the blue towel wrap up. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining me on the new channel. Show Me Dirt. I will try to show you more of it coming up.